There was a time, not long ago, when a man would burn his life down just to touch the hem of a woman's dress. He would work 3 jobs, climb every impossible mountain, drown himself in debt, and beg the gods for her affection. That man is dying, not biologically, but spiritually, culturally, psychologically. The simp is disappearing, and in his place rises a different breed. Quiet, focused, observant, sometimes angry, often misunderstood, but always done. This isn't about hate. It's not about war. This is a funeral for an obsession, and it's time we unpack why. Chapter 1: The Great Withdrawal. Turn on TikTok or Instagram and what do you see? Where did all the good men go? Men don't chase anymore. Men are so emotionally unavailable. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening is that men have woken up and the spell is breaking. For generations, we sold men a dream that if you were nice enough, patient enough, emotionally available enough, you would be rewarded with love, sex, loyalty, and peace. But many men woke up to the same nightmare. They were used, emotionally milked, disrespected, discarded. The modern man has seen what happens when he pours from his soul into someone who doesn't even bring a glass. He has seen how little his vulnerability is valued. And he has learned the hardest lesson of all. His obsession made him disposable. Chapter 2: Women feel the shift and panic. And here's the part that's making the internet explode with reactions. The women who once bathed in attention like a queen in milk are now scrolling in confusion. They feel it. The silence. They're used to their DMs being flooded. They're used to men begging for their time. They're used to having options. But suddenly, it's quiet. They're seeing men walk by them without even looking twice. They're seeing their own beauty weaponized against them, backfiring. Because beauty, when not met with character, becomes noise. And men are tired of noise. This is not bitterness, this is biology, this is psychic exhaustion. When men realize that no matter how much they give, it's never enough, they stop giving. And when you take away the male obsession, you take away the foundation of a billion-dollar culture of validation. Chapter 3: Why did men ever worship women? Let's not rewrite history. The obsession had its reasons. Men were raised to believe that their worth was tied to what they could do for a woman. That if they weren't chosen by her, they were failures. This wasn't just media. This was family, church, movies, culture. Motherhood itself sometimes whispered, "If you don't find a woman to complete you, you are nothing." Carl Jung would call this a projection of the anima, the inner feminine, a psychological need to connect with one's inner emotional world. But instead, men searched for it in external women. This spiritual hunger was real. It came from a place of longing for meaning, depth, and intimacy. But here's the tragedy. Most men didn't find intimacy. They found emotional labor. They found disrespect. They found manipulation masked as femininity. They projected their souls onto women who were never meant to carry that burden. Chapter 4: The reactions online. Who hurt you? The classic comeback. Whenever a man speaks with clarity, with boundaries, with detachment, someone will snark, "Who hurt you?" But they never ask that when a woman vents about men. No one says "who hurt you" when a woman makes a podcast calling all men trash. But when a man speaks his truth, removes his emotional leash and reclaims his energy, Suddenly it's toxic. Suddenly he's a misogynist. No, he's just awake. And here's what's terrifying to many women. He's not yelling. He's not bitter. He's just done. This level of peace is unfamiliar, and it scares them. Because control only works when the other person wants something from you. And more men are realizing they don't need constant female attention to feel like men. They need purpose. Chapter 5. The Rise of Purpose-Driven Masculinity. Men are building businesses now. They're in the gym. They're studying stoicism. They're meditating, fasting, growing spiritually. They're making money not to impress women, but to free themselves. Silent revolution is happening. It's the man who walks into a party, nods politely, and says nothing. But everyone feels his energy. He's no longer trying to be liked. He's trying to be aligned. He's not chasing validation. He's becoming the source. And this terrifies a system that depends on male desperation. From OnlyFans to dating, apps to influencer culture. This machine was built on the assumption that men are eternally thirsty. But what happens when they're not? What happens when men don't chase? Everything collapses. Chapter 6. Reactions from women who get it. Let's be fair, not all women are panicking. Some are rejoicing. Some women are relieved. Because they're tired of men trying to impress them with fake confidence. They're tired of being worshipped instead of understood. They're tired of being objectified, not loved. They're craving real men, not boys with credit cards and compliments. These women are healing too. They're doing shadow work. They're embracing their femininity without manipulation. They're showing up in grace, softness, and discernment, and they're finding the new breed of men. Grounded, focused, sovereign. The ones who can love a woman, but never need her to survive. Chapter 7. The Fall of the Nice Guy. The nice guy is dying, and thank God. Because he was never nice, he was needy. He gave to get. He smiled to be accepted. He bent over backwards hoping someone would finally call him a good man. But now men are realizing that being a good man doesn't mean being a doormat. It means being honest, whole, boundaried. It means learning to walk away, not to hurt her, but to protect your soul. This is the new masculinity, not emotionally unavailable, but emotionally wise. Chapter 8. What this means for love itself. Does this mean love is dead? No. It means infatuation is dead. It means the pedestal is gone. It means relationships must be built on mutual respect, not dopamine hits and sexual currency. And this is where the deepest love can actually begin. Not love from obsession, but love from overflow. Two people complete on their own, but choosing to walk together, no chains, no thirst, just truth. That's where we're headed, if we're brave enough to face ourselves. Chapter 9. The Challenge to Men and Women. To the men watching, your obsession was never about her. It was about the part of you that you abandoned, the softness you projected, the intimacy you craved but didn't know how to build internally. Now is the time to reclaim it. Not in her, but in you. To the women watching, he's not ignoring you out of hate. He's healing. He's rebuilding. He's redefining manhood in a world that tried to neuter his soul. Some of you will miss the attention. Some of you will evolve. The choice is yours. But either way, the age of obsession is over. Now comes the age of awareness. Welcome to the great realignment, the reflective challenge. So I'll leave you with this. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, don't mourn the death of obsession. Celebrate the birth of clarity. Men aren't walking away because they hate you. They're walking away because they finally love themselves. And maybe, for the first time ever, that is the most attractive thing a man can do.